In September 2003, the famed Commonwealth Club in San Francisco asked noted author and Harvard MD Michael Crichton to come speak on a question. And the question they posed to him is, what is the greatest challenge facing mankind? Crichton surprised the liberal audience with his answer. He said the greatest challenge was distinguishing reality from fantasy and truth from propaganda. He said that until you can do this, mankind won't be able to address the more tangible problems facing us. Well, Crichton died in 2008 on the very day that Barack Obama was elected president. Had Crichton lived, he might have been surprised. He certainly would have been vindicated to see truth continuing to lose out to propaganda and fantasy enveloping the political sphere in America. In running for governor in Kansas, even I was surprised. I had failed to anticipate just how powerful the propaganda would be, and for that I'm sorry. I didn't prepare the ground well enough. When someone is called a racist, a fascist, even a white nationalist over and over on a daily basis, even Kansans will eventually doubt themselves and start to believe what is false. This is especially true if progressives control all of the major means of communication, whether it be the educational establishment, the universities, the media, and in Kansas, even the courts. Sorry to say, but by the end of the campaign, Democrats and their media allies had convinced many people, even Republicans, that I was an extremist. If I were one, I would tell you, but I am not. What I believe about our Constitution, about border security, about voter integrity, about the Second Amendment, about free enterprise, and about life itself, over 90% of Republicans agree. The vast majority of Kansans agree too, and so do many Democrats. I am in a position, though, to say out loud what many people cannot say, and what some Republican leaders will not say. I understand their reluctance. To speak the truth these days puts a target on your back. Just ask President Trump and his family, or ask Justice Brett Kavanaugh and his family, or ask my wonderful wife Heather and our 5 awesome daughters. To speak the truth today is to risk being called a racist, a sexist, a classist, an Islamophobe, a homophobe, a transphobe, or in Michael Crichton's case, a climate change denier. There's not an outspoken Republican in this country who hasn't been called at least one of these terms. The left uses these slanders to control the debate, and recently it's gotten out of hand. It started when Kamala Harris all but called Joe Biden a racist in denouncing him during the Democrats' first presidential debate. Then AOC's Indian American Chief of Staff said the Native American Sharice Davids was voting to, quote, enable a racist system. To make sure Davids and all those other new Southern Democrats got the message, Ayanna Pressley, AOC's crony in the so-called squad, had this to say.
If you are not prepared to come to that table and to represent that voice, don't come. Because we don't need any more brown faces that don't want to be a brown voice. We don't need black faces that don't want to be a black voice. We don't need Muslims that don't want to be a Muslim voice. We don't need queers that don't want to be a queer voice. And if you're worried about being marginalized and stereotyped, please don't even show up. Because we need you to represent that voice.
Then AOC herself called out House Speaker Nancy Pelosi for her explicit singling out of newly elected women of color. The Democrats are obsessed with race, sex, and sexual orientation. They use it as a weapon to stifle debate, especially with Republicans. Well, we can't let them, and I won't let them. They've called me every name they've got, and they haven't scared me out of public life yet. This time around, though, before the race for US Senate heats up, I'm going to explain how fantasy and propaganda work. I'm going to explain how liberals became progressives, and how progressives continue to distance themselves from reality and defame those who have not. But I need your help. The opposition controls every major newsroom in the region and most in the nation. To offset that advantage, we need to use social media to spread the truth. Please share this video with everyone you know, every way you know how. Yes, Kansas needs another Republican senator, but it can't be just another go-along to get-along senator. The US Senate has plenty of those good souls already. Kansas needs a constitutionalist who is not afraid to speak the truth.